Hello everybody, the Great Dino Ranger here again, back with another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another Christmas item, and that is the Jurassic World Rebirth Launch and Battle Vehicle Set. So finally, we've gotten a new vehicle from Mattel thanks to the new vehicle from Jurassic World Rebirth, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection because I personally really love the design of this new vehicle. It's very Jurassic in my opinion. For some reason it reminds me of the Lost World, because of all the cool little Jeep looking vehicles from that film. And I love how it kind of has like the Jeep Wrangler colors to it. But overall, just a really awesome vehicle set. And that one, along with the human character, is one of the main reasons why I wanted this set in the first place. So I'm really happy to have this vehicle in my collection. And overall, this whole set just looks awesome. And like I said, I'm just happy to have this in my collection. Taking a brief look at the packaging here, it's your standard Jurassic World Rebirth packaging. You got the Jurassic World Rebirth logo, launch and battle vehicle set, the Spinosaurus and the Mattel logo, the nice jungle sunset background of Isle St. Hubert in the background, then the colors of Duncan's boat as well. And then you got just a nice little look at the things you're gonna be getting: the vehicle, the human character, Martin Krebs, and then some accessories, and then the Velociraptor that it comes with. I know it's a missed opportunity to include a Mutodon in here, but luckily we're getting a lot of Mutodon figures for the survival line next year, so I'm not upset. But it's nice to have doubles of these Raptors. And then we got, it shows you that the projectiles can launch, which is pretty funny because these don't actually appear in the movie. It's just the vehicle itself. So this is just more for play value for kids, but it is what it is. And you got the Jurassic World Rebirth logo. And here on the side, again, the Rebirth logo. And then here shows you just a nice little render shot of the toy set you're getting. The vehicle shooting a projectile at the Raptor. It says you can launch it. And it says Martin Krebs figure included, so the bad guy of the film. So that's really good to have a figure of him. Facts up information. And then it shows you the contents of everything you're getting in the set. And yeah, and oh yeah, you get the whole land, sea, and air logos up here. So this one's obviously land-based because it's a vehicle, it's a car. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Really excited to take a closer look at this set, so let's go ahead and open it up. Alrighty, so here we have the launch and battle vehicle set out of the box. And much like the little human figures, I always like getting these sets that come with a human, a dinosaur, and a vehicle, because that itself is a really cool little pack that you can get for a certain amount of money. So this set right here is really cool and pretty much wraps up everything that you need from Rebirth in terms of I guess the vehicle, because there's only one main, well, I guess there was a couple main vehicles shown in Rebirth, but I'm really happy to have this new Jeep looking vehicle, off-road looking vehicle, because I remember seeing the first set leaked photos of this vehicle for Rebirth, and the one thing I was hoping was like, oh man, I really hope Mattel makes a toy of this vehicle so I can have it in my collection. And you know, months later, here we are. Mattel releases this vehicle set, and I am really beyond happy to have this set of this new vehicle from Rebirth, because this vehicle looks awesome. But I think before we get onto the vehicle, we'll take a look at all the smaller things that this set came with first, because this whole set is just awesome. So here we have another new Rebirth character, my third Rebirth character, and at the point of doing these reviews. Here we have Martin Krebs, which was basically the bad guy of the movie. He's the big, you know, corporate business guy, you know, who's setting up this mission and basically focuses on getting the mission done and, you know, pleasing his company more than the safety of the people that he's risking on this journey. So I think this figure pretty much captures the likeness of the actor as well as the character pretty nicely. Kind of like, you know, mostly other figures. It's not the best, like it doesn't look like them 100%, but it overall gets the, you know, the likeness down, because it does look like the actor a little bit, as well as the way he looked in the film to portray this character. So Krebs here looks really great. You can see the nice little detail in the face, you know, the facial hair, the eye placement and the eyebrow placement. I'm really glad none of my human characters had messed up printed faces. The hairstyle is pretty nice. He's got a signature white shirt, button-up shirt. You can see the wrinkles in the shirt. A lot of the buttons aren't fully buttoned up here, closer to the chest area. So yeah, it looks pretty much just like how he did in the film. You can see his shirt is not tucked in, it's hanging down, and he's got his signature pants that he wears. Not a whole lot of detail except for just the creases in the clothing, so kind of standard, but I don't really see any sculpted pockets in it, unlike the other figures we looked at. And then he's got his normal, shoes that he has on. We don't really get to see a good look at his shoes that he wears, but overall, this is his signature look, the white shirt and the, it's pretty much just your standard look at Krebs. Unfortunately, mine does have a little bit of some sloppy paint that's, I don't know how it got on here. I don't know if it was during, when this product was being made or whatever, but in some way it does look like his shirt is ripped and he's got some like cut marks on his arm. So I guess it's not terrible because it looks like he's got some damage on him from like being stranded on an island full of dinosaurs. So yeah, a pretty nice, simple little figure. He doesn't come with any accessories you put on him. He didn't really have anything in the film anyway. He was just kind of there for support and making sure the mission is being complete. Ultimately, just to get eaten by the D-Rex later on. But articulation-wise, his head moves up and down, and it swivels left, or 360. Standard Mattel human articulation. The shoulder joints go up and down, and they rotate 360, and he's got the elbow joints as well that move forward and backwards, and they can rotate. He's got not really any waist movement, so either it's stuck or he doesn't have it, so I'm not going to force it. But his shirt's made of a softer material. His hips can pivot in and out. They can move forward and backwards, and he's got knee joints that can move forward and backwards as well as rotate. So pretty basic, like we've seen many times before. But overall, a really nice Martin Krebs figure. Then he came with a Velociraptor, which is the exact same raptor that we got in that Zora Bennett pack. So really nothing new here. It is the exact same raptor, same paint, sculpt, and pose, but still such an awesome Velociraptor figure. I really love this one a lot. Like I said, I love the colors especially. It's a really great raptor, and it's a shame it wasn't used in Rebirth all that well. But hopefully, maybe in the next movie, maybe we'll get to see these variants again in their full glory or something. But still, a very sweet-looking Velociraptor figure, and it fits pretty well with this pack, even though it doesn't make much sense. This raptor should have been a Mutodon, but it is what it is. Like I said, we're gonna be getting Mutodons next year, so still a very cool-looking raptor overall, because there's really nothing else to really talk about other than just how cool it is. Now we get on to probably the bigger part of this set, aside from a new human character anyway, and that is the new off-road vehicle. This vehicle looks awesome. I just love everything about it. I just love the way it looks, and like I said, it just kind of screams like something you would see in the Lost World. It's got that really cool Jeep-like off-road build to it that it looks like if you painted it green like they do in the Lost World, this would fit perfectly. And Mattel captured the likeness of this vehicle very nicely, and it looks straight out of the movie. There's obviously some things that aren't exactly quite accurate, like this big launcher in the back. It didn't have this in the movie. And also, this car only has 2 seats, when in the film, there actually is another row behind here that sits, I think, like 3 people, because it's like one of those big, long seats, kind of like you're in normal cars. So sadly, that's not included in this vehicle set, so it's a bit more compacted, I guess. But it's got this open part in the back, and there's got this launcher, which wasn't present in the movie. But everything else is pretty spot on. The detail and everything of the sculpt work of this vehicle just looks awesome. It looks just like how it does in the film. On the inside, you got the little console over here. You got the steering wheel, which that can also spin, so that's fun. It's got the little stick right there. And it's got the 2 seats, which are pretty nicely sculpted. Not a lot of texture on it, but they're sculpted very nicely. And then here on this side, you can see the tires look really nice, pretty standard for these Mattel vehicles. But I really do like these little compartments that they have here. That's, again, exactly the same of how the vehicle is in the movie. Would have been really cool if we had like a deluxe version of this vehicle where all of these little compartments can actually open, because these ones obviously can open in real life, but like for the purpose of the toy, they don't open. So it would have been cool if these could open. You can stuff accessories and gear in there. This one I think can open because I think that's a handle, but I'm not quite sure. Then you got these two new decals on this car that's very unique to just this car in the film. You got the Jurassic logo up there, which is really cool because we didn't really get any Jurassic logos like this on any vehicle unless it was like the first Jurassic Park vehicles or the ones used for Jurassic World. After that has been seen again, so it's really cool how these ones have been shown on these cars for this new island. And then you got a brand new InGen logo, which is only new for this island. So this must be like a new division of InGen, but it says InGen Biogenetics. So this might be just, like I said, just a different branch or something. But again, really nice little detail here on the side. And you can just, it just looks like it's been built together like a real car. It's got those little dots right here just to kind of make it look more realistic. And you got some more compartments. I think this is where you fill it up with gas. It's got the O2, so kind of like your similar Jurassic Park vehicles where they have certain tags on them. So this is O2. So there's probably other versions of these vehicles out there. Here in the back, looks really nice. You got the little areas where you can hook cables onto it. And you got the one big light back here for the rear view, or the rear lights. Would have been cool if this could light up, but no, this toy would be super expensive if they could do that. And here on the back, you got some nice little texturing on the ground, which is really fun. Nice little space back here. And you fit a lot of things back here. I'm not even sure if this little compartment can come out. It might not, but if it can, you can fit a lot of cool things back here. But it's basically room just to have someone stand here and operate the little net launcher, which the launcher itself looks really good. Pretty basic in terms of design, not a whole lot of texture. It's pretty smooth, but the design and sculpt looks pretty good for a little launcher, at least for something that wasn't even shown in the movie. Got the two handles right here where the people can hold onto it and shoot, and it's connected to like this little bar area that's connected to the ground, and all of that is nicely sculpted as well. So a lot of nice sculpt went into this car, and I like that. That's really cool. Mattel likes to give the same treatment of detail to their other things in addition to their dinosaurs. Here on the other side, it's pretty much the same. I got the same decals and the number 2, the little compartments. So yeah, very nice. And here on the front, or actually on the back, you have this nice little bars up here. I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with car terms, but this little area up here, kind of like bars, because it is open, so there is no roof. You got the nice little windshield right there. You got the rear not the rear, but you got the side mirrors right here, which actually come detached when you open this set, and you just simply snap them in place. And these can move all over, so you can close them to get into tighter spaces, then open it so the characters can look through the mirror, which I know is just a little decal sticker, but you know, it is what it is. Here on the front, nice little detail going on here, especially here on the front. This little thing right here, nice texture all over. Yeah, just really nice texture, and you got some texture in each individual bulb right here. Obviously each of the lights are just stickers, so you can see there's lights up here, and then 2 down here, and then 5 down here. There's some more places to hook on to or to place hooks in, so I like that. Really nice little detail right there. And on the underside, really not a whole lot, just, you know, your standard vehicle detail. There's obviously these little holes which it was attached to the packaging. But yeah, not a whole lot going on here, but I like how it is detailed to some degree, so it doesn't look unfinished. But yeah, such a really awesome looking vehicle. Probably one of my favorites in terms of design without the entire franchise. So I really do like that a lot. And the only articulation this vehicle has is part of the wheels and the steering wheel and the lights. Even this can even twist all the way around 360 to get a good range. You even come with 2 little projectiles here. You got a net launcher one, and then some sort of missile, which you could say it's a DNA needle where you can hit it and you collect DNA or something. Because you're not really trying to kill the dinosaur per se, based on what the movie was saying. But yeah, obviously this net ain't gonna do nothing, especially to that little raptor, but it's fun for playability. But you can just place one of them in here. We can just do the net launcher. And oh yeah, the little turret here can move up and down as well. And we can just see I'm not sure. You know, I don't really want to lose it, so I'll just put my hand right here. But it does shoot pretty far, though. Yeah, so it shoots pretty nicely. Pretty standard for your missile little action features on toy sets like this. But also, it's really cool. These little pieces you can actually put in a storage, somewhat of a storage unit. There's 2 holes on the back right here where you can stick these in. They don't go in all the way, but it's enough where they can just kind of sit there, and you can just place it in like that. So that's really, really cool. You got yourself a little storage unit for these little missiles. So that is really, really cool. Nice little way to kind of storage all your stuff for play and all that. But yeah, that itself is really cool. I like that a lot. So, and human-wise, human comparison, it's pretty nice. It fits perfectly, and the character can fit very nicely within the vehicle. So you can recreate that famous part where Martin Krebs steals the case and gets away on the vehicle, leaving everyone else behind to face off the Mutadons. So yeah, this looks really cool. You can recreate all those fun scenes from the movie. So yeah, Mattel did an excellent job with this set. Really happy to have it. Now we're going to get on to comparisons, which I'm only going to be comparing the vehicle because we don't need to do anything with the human, and we've already done the Raptor in the previous reviews. But we got 2 other vehicles we can compare it with. Here is this vehicle compared with a Jeep Wrangler from Jurassic Park. And I only brought that out because they're very similar in terms of paint, because they got like this beige color and the red. Because it's kind of like there's like 2 different spots where it has red and it's apparently beige. You can kind of see that on this one, except this one's got some extra looking colors to it. It's got more gray in some areas, so it's really cool. It kind of matches the package aesthetic that we get for these Rebirth toys, even Duncan's boat. So it's kind of got like its own little thing going on there, but they do look really cool together overall. And then the next vehicle, comparing it because it is another Jeep looking vehicle, but primarily I wanted to compare it because they're both InGen vehicles. So as you can see, we got the Lost World InGen Jeep, which these 2 look really great together. Even if this one's a different color, these look like they could actually be very compatible next to each other. This one's obviously much longer, just a tad bit, but they do look really great. The only reason why I wanted to compare this to, in addition to them being both kind of like cool looking off-road vehicles, is the difference in InGen logos. So you can see the 2 different InGen logos that we have here. This is like your old school InGen logo that we've gotten for such a long time, and this is the one they used for Rebirth. Again, this one might just be a different branch of InGen, because this one says biogenetics, this one is just plain InGen, but they're very different in terms of design, so that itself is very interesting to look at. So yeah, these 2 look really great together as well. I always like getting these vehicles from Mattel, and the vehicles are just important in any Jurassic Park collection anyway. So yeah, so that's about to wrap it up for this review, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really love this vehicle set. I highly recommend it for those of you who collect these figures and want to collect all the Rebirth stuff. It's a great vehicle from the movie. You get another character from the movie. It's nice to get another Velociraptor, even if you've already gotten the Zora pack. I even believe this Raptor is getting its own individual release next year for the Survival line, so you can always get that one too. But overall, for this whole pack, it's definitely worth it because it's something straight out of the movie, even though this Raptor is supposed to be a Mutadon, but you know. Overall, really great set. I give it easily a 10 out of 10. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again for the next video.